Breaking news, San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel has officially requested a trade from the team. So let's talk about what is going on, y'all. Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking about this very news about Deebo Samuel wanting out, folks. And my first reaction when I saw this, and it's been obviously tweeted by all of the major news outlets. I mean, Ian Rappaport's tweeting about it, Adam Schefter, etc., etc. So we know it's true. My first reaction is, I want to be surprised, but I'm not, right? Because we saw the signs coming, right? If you paid attention, you could have seen, leading up to this moment that Deebo was doing all sorts of things to make it known that he was unhappy with the 49ers, right? He was unfollowing them on social media, removing any posts about the 49ers, removing any sort of sign that he plays for the 49ers. So, he was doing all those things, and it was out there. So, it was not that difficult to tell that Deebo was unhappy. So, I'm not surprised by this, okay? And we're talking about the most, I would say, exciting offseason in terms of the news that's happening, where we've got a bunch of big stars moving around, right? So, you obviously had Devontae Adams get traded, Tyreek Hill get traded. So in normal years, I would have said, oh, Deebo wants out. Well, nothing's going to happen. We're just going to talk about this for a couple of days, maybe a week or so, and then it'll blow over. Oh, no, not this offseason. This offseason, Deebo is going to get traded, okay? Because that's what's been happening with these guys. So Deebo Samuel, why does he want out? Let's just quickly talk about that, okay? He wants out. Apparently not for money reasons, which I don't believe that to be the case. I think it is about getting paid. But he wants out because of the fact that, from what I've read, he's not completely happy with how the 49ers utilized him in that hybrid role with a receiver running back. And so that caused a lot of wear and tear on his body. And, maybe he will continue to do so. But to me, again, I'm going to call bluff on the first thing, which is I believe this is more about money than anything. But then I read reports that the 49ers are willing to pay him, and he is not willing to take, the offers from the 49ers. So then I'm like, okay, maybe it isn't just about money. I still think it's a part of it, but it's about the role, like I mentioned, where Deebo does not want to play that receiver running back role, that hybrid role, because it causes a lot of wear and tear on your body. And it does. It really does. It's hard enough playing one position, but two, that's a lot of wear and tear. But my question to Deebo would be, that's what's going to get you paid, Deebo. That's why you're special. That's why these teams want you. See, as a receiver, Deebo Samuel's solid. He's, good. But as a hybrid running back receiver, he is elite. He is excellent. There is nobody in the league like Deebo Samuel. I mean, this is, what we all thought Percy Harvin could have been, right? If you guys all remember Percy Harvin from back in the day. But yeah, point is, that's what makes Deebo special. So you want to take that away from you, Deebo, and then you want teams to still trade for you and pay for you. That's where I'm kind of really, I don't know about all that. So with that being said, let's talk about whether or not Deebo Samuel gets traded, and I do think he does, because we've seen it this offseason, folks. Teams are much more willing to trade away guys, and I would always trade away a guy who wants out, because now we're talking about team chemistry. Now we're talking about somebody being disgruntled and not happy to be on the roster, so I want to make sure that I'm clearing of that before the season starts. A couple of teams that I'm thinking probably trade for Deebo. The Jets come to mind. They're a team that literally has been going after every big name, and they're turning them down, right? Tyreek Hill almost happened to the Jets. So I think they're 100% interested in Deebo Samuel. Maybe even a team like the Eagles, who don't have a lot of wide receivers, right? That could be another team that could be interested. Now, I don't think it'll just be teams that need receivers. I mean, then I would put the Atlanta Falcons in the mix. But the Falcons have nobody, and they're not going anywhere this season. So it's teams that are still, going to be building, have some, are going to be a somewhat competitive or have somewhat of a bright future that will probably want to add Deebo Samuel. It's going to cost you a pretty penny. But again, I'm just shocked at Deebo thinking that him not playing the wide receiver running back role is okay, because that is exactly what teams want him for. right? So we'll see what happens here, but I'm not surprised by Deebo wanting to trade. He is special. There's nobody like him, as long as obviously he is in that role, in that receiver running back role. As a receiver, he's solid. He's good, but I wouldn't say he's elite. But as the hybrid, he's elite. So let me know what you guys think about Deebo Samuel asking for a trade. Leave a comment down below as always.